There's this high school girl who hasn't taken off her mask for 2 whole years. Whether she's playing volleyball or hanging out with her friends, she always keeps it on. Rumor has it that besides her family, no one really knows what she looks like. But during a school assembly, she decides to finally take off her mask in front of everyone. The reaction she gets, though, makes her run off the stage in tears. So, what's the deal here? Turns out it's from a Japanese variety show called Let's Make the Whole School Laugh. With the pandemic canceling school trips and festivals, campus life got pretty dull. This show's all about spicing things up, solving teens' problems, and throwing parties with popular celebs. The masked girl, Inokawa Hanan, is also the vice captain of the volleyball team and super popular. But whenever anyone asked why she never takes off her mask, she'd just dodge the question. Finally, on the show, she spills the beans. After a health scare and surgery right after freshman year, she wore the mask due to recovery issues. One time, she took it off and a classmate said, "Oh, so that's what you look like. Maybe keep the mask on." It was meant as a joke, but it really hurt Hanan. From then on, she swore never to take it off again, even in selfies with friends. Eventually, even those who had seen her face before couldn't quite remember what she looked like. When the show's producers asked her what she wished for, Hanan said she knew wearing the mask made life and studying tough. So she asked them to help her break free in front of the whole school. They asked her what gave her the sudden courage, and she whispered that there was someone she liked recently, and she wanted to face him sincerely. It was such a pure moment that even the guests on the show couldn't help but smile warmly, like they were asking for a little romance gossip. Hanan then said, "It all started with a text message one night. It was past 1 a.m., a group text greeting went off. 'Anyone still awake from our school?' Hanan replied, 'Yeah.' A few seconds later, a private message popped up from a guy in the same grade, but different class, named Hoshi. 'You still up at 1 a.m.? Yeah, about to sleep.' And that's how they started chatting, slowly evolving to almost daily conversations. Yet, despite being at the same school, they didn't know what the other looked like. One time they decided to exchange photos, but oddly enough, they both sent each other photos where they were wearing masks. That temporarily put Hanan's mind at ease. But when she saw Hoshi playing basketball without a mask the next day, she panicked. She didn't know how to handle it. So, she turned to the show for help. After some discussions, they decided she'd sing on stage without her mask during the school assembly, using her voice to speak her heart. With the help of the comedy group 4,000 Heads, whom Hanan admired, they wrote a song together. Hanan said in the volleyball team, "Everyone calls me Nana. I only want close people to call me that, especially guys. I only want Hoshi to call me that." A smile exchanged between 4,000 heads and bodies. Got it. Seeing the lyrics made Hanan blush with shyness and happiness. After secretly practicing every day after school for 2 weeks, the big day arrived with over 150 classmates present. And at this moment, Hoshi in the audience is still kept in the dark, accompanied by the sound of music. Nervous but determined, Hanan walked to the center stage, introduced herself briefly, and bravely took off her mask.
2017組稲川花です。
声出てんだよ。
みんなからは稲やんと呼ばれています。
頑張れ稲やん。
私には今好きな人がいます。
Many had speculated about her appearance. Maybe a flat nose, freckles, a square face, or buck teeth. But in that moment, all those rumors fell apart. She wasn't flawless, but her youthful and adorable face won everyone over, including the show's hosts and guests. Hanan blushed and smiled shyly before singing a heartfelt song full of love and finally confessing her feelings openly.
2014組宮本大輔君。私と一緒にインパにデートに行ってくれませんか?
All eyes turned to Hoshi, who, moved by her courage, promptly removed his mask with a delighted expression and accepted her confession. The students erupted in cheers, and even the show's mature host couldn't resist joking, "I also want to confess to someone." Maybe this is how youth and love are meant to be. It's really a story that makes you yearn for romance. All right, that's the end of today's story. See you next time.